And welcome back to the show. It is a joy for me to talk to a veteran. And it's not just any veteran, it's Elmer Speights, who is with Veterans One Stop. He is the peer service supervisor, and you are a retired colonel in the U.S. Army.
Correct.
First of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you for the support, as I always tell people.
Oh, listen, it's a joy to get to talk about what you do at Veterans One Stop, but happy birthday to the Army. I mean, that really is, that's quite a milestone. And I think maybe a lot of people didn't realize we had an Army before we had a country.
Exactly. Had to, defending the nation from the start.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about what you do. First of all, what is Veterans One Stop and who is it for?
Okay, Veterans One Stop, and I love it because it's all in the title. It's a one-stop shop for veterans to come in to get any and all services they need. And a lot of people confuse us with the VA, and we have to tell people all the time a VA is a community partner of ours, but we're not part of the VA. And the main difference between us and the VA, at certain points, there's like 5 different levels of discharges. Once you get to the discharges that are less favorable, they stop services. We take all discharges. So if you have a dishonorable, other than honorable, things like those, even some of the ones that send you to prison, we can still find services for those guys, those men and women. So we have counseling services there, anywhere from behavioral to substance abuse, marriage and family counseling. We have, we're going to lose one pretty quick, but we'll have case managers. Case managers, that's the entry point for the facility. You'll come in, do a questionnaire, and the case manager will figure out kind of everything you need from the way you answer the questions. One of the biggest support items we have there is the veteran service officers. We call them VSOs, and they help you with claims. And it's claims for new veterans. You want to have something re-looked at for older veterans, spouses, especially if they're widows.
I think that's something a lot of people don't understand.
Exactly.
That there is a lot available for that spouse.
Exactly, and two the most popular, if they're a widow, new widow, it's called DIC. So you get a portion of the husband's disability if he was 100%. So they get that, and it can be up to $2,400. It's not a lot, but it helps.
Oh yeah.
And then say if you or the spouse become disabled and you need somebody to help them in the home, you can apply for aid and attendance. That's another big one we do, especially as people get older. You can have it pay the service, and the service will come in, do everything from bathing, sitting, everything else you think of.
Home health.
Home health, it pays for all of it.
That's incredible
or
because
it'll pay
that's so
you.
expensive.
Exactly. Or it'll pay you, and you can do the care as you need it.
Oh.
Also, it's you get it's almost $3,000 if you're a caregiver. They'll give you classes, teach you everything you need to know, and then they'll pay you to be a caregiver for your family member as well. So a lot of different services, and it goes back to it's a one-stop shop. If we don't have it, we try to keep a number of community partners to get us where we need to go.
So much. There is a lot available. We were chatting earlier about, a lot of the criticisms of the Veterans Administration that we don't take care of our veterans. Would you say that's a valid criticism?
It's not really, but that said, it's a complicated system.
Yeah.
There are a lot of twists and turns. You have to know which form to get and how to fill out that form, and that's where
it is a bureaucracy.
It is, and it's they can give you services, but they don't make it easy sometimes. So that's where we come in handy. Our VSOs and our case managers, they can help you maneuver those systems and help you get to where you need to go. And we're not vain or hooked on ourselves if we can't figure it out. The Veterans Administration, and they have the regional office here. It's a great facility, great team over there. We can call them up and they'll help us through the hard spots because some of the veterans just simply do not want to go over to the regional center. We have a friendlier environment, so they'll come over to us, and that's fine, and we're okay with that.
Yeah, well, first of all, where are you located?
We're located on 2010 LaSalle Avenue, tucked neatly between the Pepsi distributor and the flea market.
Yeah, you had been, I think maybe one of the first places the Veterans One Stop was there on Austin Avenue.
Right, right,
Yeah, it
right.
was a smaller building and you just really
Exactly.
outgrew it.
Quickly outgrew it. That was in 20. It's been 17 years. So
Yeah, has it
since
really?
since it's been over there. So
Yeah.
they quickly outgrew that. It's still a perfect building. BHN still owns it, and that's where we do our substance abuse counseling there now.
Okay, okay. So it is still sort of part of the family. Well, I want to talk to you about mental illness. I mean, because we hear so much about the horrifying statistics of veterans taking their own lives.
Right.
They're just not able to cope with life.
Right. Right. And and the One Stop is shaped around treatment of mental illness. That's why my other title is Military Veterans Peer Network Supervisor. So there are 66 MVPNs around the state, and we all have the same job. We have different levels of service we do for different areas. Ours is a 6-county area from Bosqueville from Bosque County all the way over to Freestone County. So 6 counties.
It's a big area.
Big area, yes, sir. Yes, and we and that's why each one of the MVPNs is attached to a local mental health authority. Ours here is Brayville Health Network. So we have that extra source. That's why we have our counselors in there with us, and we have additional sources with them as far as anybody else that needs with mental health. Veterans, many, I don't think I have any mental health issues. I don't know. They say it comes when you have combat experience. It can come at a later age. Right now, I have no issues, but it's something everybody needs to track. If you're a combat veteran, especially, you need to check that. But a lot of people you'll meet on the streets or some having difficulties. Many of them don't have combat experience. So a lot of them say, well, it's combat related. And a lot of times it's not. It's just the experience of that person, what trauma they associated with, and how it happened, when it happened, and maybe if something earlier in life latched onto that.
Yeah, it could be. And it's unique with every
It is.
individual.
It is. It is. No cookie cutter at all.
Of course, I think of veterans, I think of the ones who are losing, well, almost lost the whole generation. That would be our World War II veterans.
Right.
Do you have any that are still
We
come in contact with?
We have quite a few still come in. So we do a Thursday.
Really?
We do a Thursday lunch every Thursday, free lunch for the veterans and family members. If you're non-service connected, it only costs you $3. So we invite people
my
to come in all the
goodness.
time. But we have a few World War II guys still left.
Do you?
We have a handful of Korea guys. It's not as many of them, but we have a handful of Korea veterans in there, and of course our preponderance is Vietnam. So
Yeah,
we like
that's
and
my generation of
exactly, and we're
folks,
starting
yeah.
to attract the newer generation now too. We had none when I started over a year ago, and now we're starting to get Gulf War guys in. We're attracting them in, so we've got to cast the net out to catch as many as we can, and we're getting more women veterans. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that, because I think when you think about mental health and all that, what's the guy with battle fatigue, or what is it? What do they used to call it anyway? But,
Your 1,000-yard stare
Yeah.
back then.
yeah,
Shell shock is what
shell
shell shock
yeah,
was World War One.
Yeah,
yes.
shell shock. Yeah, but more and more women veterans are experiencing, and because women and men are wired differently, I believe we're just different creatures. Mental health challenges can present very differently. Or maybe not. I don't know.
It's not. It's people think it is because women in combat it's relatively a new thing still.
Right.
But they were always in combat. There's no such thing as a rear line anymore. You're kind of dropped into a theater of operation, and you have a 24-hour, 360-degree fight most of the time for vets now. So even when you say women would be on the supply careers and they were back safe, there's no such thing. The rear lines are always a target. So women have the same issues as men. Even when people think there's a big push for MST or military sexual trauma.
Right, I was going to say,
yeah.
sometimes things can happen, within the confines of their service, as opposed to fighting enemy without, it's
Exactly,
the
it's
enemy
enemy
within.
within. And what the people don't know is we have just as many male victims as we
Yeah,
have
yeah, I would
female.
imagine.
So it's a problem we just got to fix. Period.
Yeah.
Not just for one sex, for all sex.
Yeah, yeah, no question about that. Um, so if you have somebody come in, say brand new, walking in the door, what's the first thing you say? They fill out some forms, or
Right, right. So
are
they'll
you
come
just
in and if they have an appointment, they'll come in and they'll see the case manager.
uh-huh?
And a case manager has it's not a complicated form. It's I think it's 2 pages,
Yeah.
but it's very detailed. They give them a chance to sit out and go through it. Sit down with them. The case manager will sit down with them if they wish, answer all the questions, and then they'll have the intake is about an hour, hour and a half once you do an intake, and they'll sit with them and they'll walk through the form all the way, each and every item, and talk about it. And the case manager will. That's when she opens up your case in the computer. You now become a client of BHN and the Veterans One Stop. From there, we start getting you what you need. So it may be simple. You may the first day you may want to come in and make an appointment with the veteran service officer, or he may take you back to one of the pantries. We have 2 clothing pantries, 3 food lockers. Take you back, get some non-perishables. We have a new freezer, so we got fresh fruit and frozen items you can get. And you can get bread, everything you need to. You can get a meal out of there pretty quickly, and then set you up for appointment for maybe substance abuse or mental health counseling, whatever. We do a lot of PTS counseling
I'm
as
sure.
well, and we're starting this week. We start a new support group program. It's called Beats. Bring everyone in the zone. Myself and Miss Johnson, she was my battle buddy over there. We're both certified in it. So we'll start doing these support groups. And that's a big piece that's missing. And what we like about this particular format, some support groups can kind of meander on a couple of hours. This is about an hour and 15-minute program. It's very structured, and it gets after the trauma. And so it's based on 6 questions per topic. And a lot of times, if you're really doing it well, you never get past the second question. So you
Really?
come back the next time and you get after it again. And everybody has choices. So you'll sit around and ask the room, and they'll all have a packet and say, okay, you guys vote. Tell me which question or which topic we're going to go after today. It may be anger. It may be fear. Maybe anxiety, maybe something, whatever. And all those topics are covered. And
Yeah.
and then the group is together. You keep the groups. You don't want to get over 10, but I think the first group is going to be over 10, but we'll figure
Is it
that
really?
out.
Yeah. Well, there's
But
such a need.
yeah, it is. And then we'll break them up, and we'll have we will have a women's group. We always have one built already.
Okay, so you're going to have them segregated.
Yeah, and
I
we're
think
trying to
that's
get
wise.
after what people need. That's what Veterans One Stop tries to do. We try to give people choices. So we'll have one group that does a walk in the park. After they do that, we'll have one for, like I say, women. We'll have one for the older veterans, Vietnam. We'll have one for the newer veterans, and we'll have one for justice involved veterans.
Yeah. So you can find your perfect group
Right.
to fit in. For some people, that's the hardest thing, though,
It is.
is to take that step and maybe become vulnerable with other people. But if they're folks who have a commonality of experience through the military,
And that's the thing. And a lot of veterans, especially the ones who are suffering with severe trauma,
yeah,
they want to talk to somebody with a shared experience.
sure,
And that helps a lot. And then again, and I have a personal belief, sometimes the person who can help you the most is the person who may not have your same experience. It gives you another viewpoint.
wow, so much more I want to talk to you about, Elmer. But we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I want to hear a little bit more about your service and the Rock Island Arsenal, which is an historic site.
It is. A lot of people don't know
garrison.
about it.
So anyway, anxious to hear more from you, Elmer. So you stay with us. We've got more of the Ann Harder Show ahead.
This is the Sonos Arc Ultra.
And this is what you need to know about. It represents one of the easiest ways to get into high quality home cinema without loads of cables and faffing around. And that's because the Arc Ultra provides full Dolby Atmos without any rear speakers thanks to its sound motion technology. And Sonos is actually calling sound motion one of the most significant breakthroughs in audio engineering in nearly 100 years. It's an amazing setup, it sounds absolutely fantastic, I love the absence of fat. If you're a Sonos person, there's a reason you're watching this video.
We do appreciate our veterans and the great work at Veterans One Stop. Stay with us, there's music ahead from Charlie Weyler.
Smoke Pub was created by a group of friends who share a passion for great whiskey and cocktails. Frustrated by the lack of easy-to-use cocktail smokers, we set out to design something better. Our goal was simple: make smoking cocktails quick, clean, and fun. After countless experiments, we developed Smoke Pub, the world's first electric cocktail smoker. Join us on this exciting journey and discover the magic of Smoke Pub, where unforgettable cocktails begin.
I just got my Colgate Advanced LED Whitening Treatment in the mail, and I am very excited to have dramatically whiter teeth in just 10 days. My teeth are going to be 6 shades whiter. The treatment is enamel safe and hassle-free. It's even designed for my sensitive teeth. Let's open it up. Inside we have the blue light whitening device. It's a charger for after each treatment as well. There's a full 10-day supply, and it looks easy to apply. Order yours today at shop.colgate.com.
Sitting by the campfire all alone and missing you, pouring out my feelings in some low down lonesome blues. And from the darkness of the big thicket crept a big old timber wolf. He said, I've heard you picking and it sure is sounding good. I've been running through this bottomland, traveling all alone. I'm hoping you could use a hand. He said, I can play the bones, and we played. Well, we worked into a rhythm, it was starting to sound just right, when a 10-foot timber rattler crawled out in the campfire light. Well, I reached to grab my shovel for to cut him down to size. The wolf stepped in and said, now friend, we all must compromise. He said the rattler wears his instrument right on his very tail. He joined in with our compliments, man, it really sounded swell as we played. Owl misses nothing in the big thicket late at night, and he swooped down on a cypress knee right there within our sight. He said, I've heard you picking many times here by yourself. If you have no objection, sir, I would like to help. Well, he pulled out my harmonica, I dropped it along the trail, put it to his mouth, and people, he began to play as we played. Well, before you knew it, other critters joined in with our tune. You should have seen the big black bear dancing neath the moon. The diller made a washboard sound by scratching on his shell. The beaver finally came around, tapping rhythm with his tail. I heard an old piney woods rooter popping his chops and sounding good. Thought I'll never forget that creek bank critter jam down in the woods we played. Piney Woods rooter, popping his chops and sounding good. Lord, I'll never forget that creek bank critter jam down in the woods that we played.
Revive Superfood Smoothies. Pill, pour, blend, and enjoy, all within the comfort of my own home.
Revive Superfood Smoothies. Peel, blend, and enjoy. Fast and easy, and I'm out the door.
The 4-burner, side sear burner with Clearview glass stainless steel grill from Monument Grills. Made of tempered glass, which is strong, insulated, and allows you to check your grilling without lifting the lid. Our porcelain-coated cast iron cooking grids offer a large cooking surface of 513.3 square inches, primary cooking area, with even heat cooking. The Monument Grills include LED control knobs and are easy to light with pilotless electronic ignition. Better grilling, better value, Monument Grills.
Hi, my name's Erica and today I'm going to be taking you through my skincare routine using the Tasmanian Spring Water range from Sand & Sky. This range is really good for dry and dehydrated skin like myself. It's packed with 2 types of hyaluronic acid and fermented sea kelp to reduce redness and irritation, which I experience daily. So that's it. It's so quick and so easy, and my skin feels so dewy and so hydrated.
And I'm back with Elmer Speights, who is with Veterans One Stop, and you deal with veterans and helping them find the resources that are there. You say you partner with a lot of different agencies, of course, with the Veterans Health Administration, and all of that to get like basic medical kind of things, and help them make claims and all these kind of things. So, about how many different agencies do you deal with?
Oh, I have a whiteboard in my office that I have to take a quick visual of that. But we have close to 20 different, and it's everything. It's all the other charitable organizations. Since we are a nonprofit ourselves, so we try to partner with the other nonprofits in the city, Caritas and all those, and we partner with all the VFWs, all the legions in the area, all the way out to Hewitt. So they're a big help to us all the time with people. Volunteers is our biggest thing, so they provide a lot of volunteers, and on occasion financially. We have a couple of the local medical areas, medical services around home health, home health. They come in, they provide just volunteers. It's neat to have them in the building, and I ask them to wear their shirts and their tops. So if a veteran has a question about, hey, my wife's having difficulty, I kind of think I need home health care. Great, stand by. And I can point them to the lady in the red shirt, hey, can you come over and talk to this veteran for a while? Yeah. We have Baylor Scott and White. A lot of people don't know Baylor Scott and White has a warehouse, a small warehouse over vicinity of the police headquarters. And they have all types of medical equipment. Really? Most of it's brand new. And they get it to people who need it. So if you have a broken wheelchair in the house and you can't get to another one for some other reason, they can call us, and I can call over, and it's called Faith in Action. I can call the Faith in Action team. We can pick it up for them and deliver it to them. Canes, if you need to build everything for a first aid kit, you can go over there and just build a whole kit, put it together, and you're out the door. So and it's Baylor Scott and White, they're making the best use of anything. They're not throwing anything away. It's great. Nothing
That's
is broken.
good to know.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not even gently worn. It looks brand new. It may not be in the package. It's a great resource.
Well, and if maybe a veteran needs a wheelchair ramp or something.
All right. And we have, we have a lot of contractors who are standing by to help. We had a family in Mahia whose air conditioning went out, and it was not a big, complicated fix. So we were able to call the contractor. It happened to be a contractor that serviced my in-laws up in Groesbeck. They gladly went over, and we had a contractor who paid the bill for it. So it's kind of late in the year, but they're going to have a cool fall at least for the rest of the year.
Oh, well, that's great. I wanted to talk to you about your military service. So you are a retired colonel in
Yes.
the U.S. Army. So did you always know you wanted to go into the military service? How did you get there?
I did not. I was my whole family is military, either married in or served. My father was one of the last of the Buffalo Soldiers in the 92nd
Really?
Division at Fort Huachuca. So
Oh my
and
goodness.
since I'm the baby of 7, everybody kind of wanted something better for me. So I was in college and I was like, I'd see the ROTC guys, just no interest. So like, I don't want to do that. But once I graduated, I wanted to go back and get my master's. And I said, well, I don't want to drain my parents. I'll do a couple of years in the military.
Yeah,
get
and
my
let
GI Bill,
Uncle Sam pay
and
for
let
it.
Uncle Sam pay for it. He's paid for everything else. So that was great. Got in it and fell in love. So
Really?
I enlisted in for the first 5 years and fell in love with it.
And where were you?
At the time, so I started out at Fort Hood, actually.
Oh,
That was
really?
my first duty station. And I left there and went to Germany, to Stuttgart. And from there, leadership thought I'd be a good match for officer candidate school. So we put in
Well,
the
you
packet.
had your college degree.
I
so
had my
there you
degree
go.
already, yeah, which a lot of guys don't when they go, and they'll have to finish up before they
Which they
get the
can.
third year.
Which
They can.
is, yeah, a beauty of it. Yeah.
Yep. So I went there, did well, graduated, came out as an armor officer, and
So what does that mean?
most people know M1 tanks at Fort Hood, the big
Uh-huh,
boom. So
the big ones,
so
yeah.
I came back to Fort Hood. I was there as enlisted first, and then I came back as an officer, as a tank company commander eventually. So that was a lot of fun.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, your last command, it was at Rock Island Arsenal.
Yes.
Which is a National Historic Landmark. I was reading about it last night, preparing for our visit, and it's located on the Mississippi River between
is.
Davenport, Iowa, and Rock Island, Illinois. And their motto is producing readiness since 1862.
Right,
So, I mean,
right.
talk about being involved with something of a historic importance, too.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know. So when the Civil War started out, the first attack was on the arsenal off of Charleston.
Oh, yeah, right.
So the U.S. government decided to protect that because people didn't realize at that arsenal they made everything from uniforms, boots, ammunition, weapons. Everything was made at that arsenal. So they took all of that and they moved it inland and hid it in Rock Island. And Rock Island is the largest island in the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
And it has 2 bridges to get to it, so it's very protected. And they built the arsenal there.
That's like
and,
862 acres. I mean, it's
right,
big.
Right. So it's 1 mile long and a half mile wide. So it kind of brings it into perspective. Yeah,
Wow.
992 acres altogether.
Yeah.
700 buildings, 7,000 people. And the large majority of those are the factory workers. And then you have the Army Sustainment Command is there. And the Army Sustainment Command is a worldwide command led by a 2-star. And they are responsible for supplying services and support to not only the Army, a lot of times to the Navy and the Marine Corps as well, because the Navy and Marine Corps, they don't have inland transport and to get things in. So they have to come to the Army for that. So it was an exciting command. It was a lot of fun.
How long were you there?
I was there for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, so
Is that traditionally the length of a command? or-
actually, for that, it's a garrison command. That's what it's called. It's the equivalent to a city manager, and it's normally 2 years. I was there 3 years because I was the first garrison commander there from Installation Management Command.
That is awesome. I was just fascinated. Also, there's a cemetery there.
It actually is 2. There's the so it was also a prison of war camp for Confederate soldiers.
Really?
So they're buried in one, and then we have a national cemetery down on the end next to the river. So that's yeah, it's so you can, between that and the very, very detailed museum there, you can spend a day or 2 days there just walking the grounds and seeing just history all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. My brother-in-law is interred at the Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis. He was in the Navy.
Yes.
Was a captain in the Navy. And yeah, it's the history there, again, dates back to the Civil War. I mean, it's pretty remarkable.
All right, and there's Grant and those they mapped that part of the river when they were coming out of West Point. Their first stations as lieutenants, they were mapping the river and setting up different supply points and points of defense along the river. So there's history up and down in both directions, and you can, if for people who take river cruises, they'll see a lot of that because the history goes all the way up to Dubuque.
Yeah, all up and down the Mississippi. Speaking of honoring our veterans, there is a wonderful project here in Waco with banners. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we started that. Miss Bonds, my boss, so we started that up last year, and the banners will hang along Austin Avenue
On the lampposts.
On the lampposts, you got to deal with the city. The city hangs them for them. You can come to the Veterans One Stop and get the forms to fill out. It's one simple form. It's $150 per, and nice if you have an 8.5 by 11 of them, but if you don't, if you have a nice
photo,
a photo, or if you have a clear, smaller 5 by 7, as long as it's clear, we can doctor it up and get it up to the right.
So
right
how
clarity.
big are these banners?
They're a little bit smaller now. We had the big ones. You'll see. We'll put those out, but we had some problems with trucks hitting them as they go through. So we're going to bring them down just a little bit. I don't have the exact measurements, but the city gave us the measurements for them to keep them from being damaged. So they go on. So it's a lot of fun. If you didn't see them last year, we'll have. I think there's about 25 of them so far. We approved another 10 this morning, and we're trying to do another 10 so far. She sends them in batches of 10, so we get another 10 set up. So we want to see how far we can go down Austin Avenue.
Well, that's great, and you give preference to local people who are veterans.
Yes.
And these are deceased veterans. Is that
or
not?
living, or not,
just
or
an
not.
honorarium?
If you just want to honor,
Really?
a family member or a friend, you can just do that. Or if you want to just be proud of your own career, like I'm proud of my own career. I don't have a banner there yet because I want to take care of my family.
One up for you,
I want
Elmer.
to take care of the family. My wife is next, so I'll get her with her little airman photo up there. So get that up.
Okay, so you married into the military as well? Huh?
I did. My wife. It's like. She's always been. She was born at Fort Hood. She grew up, graduated from Temple High School, and then she joined the Air Force. And then she married me. I think she was out of the military about 5 years total after that. So military is all she knows.
Well, it is an amazing career for folks, and something that we've just got to have, and we've got to honor and do everything we can to support our active duty military as well as our veterans.
It is.
So how can folks help at Veterans One Stop? You mentioned volunteers.
Right.
I know you have pantries, and I know there are different organizations that come and help serve the meal that you say there's a meal on Thursdays.
The biggest thing, like I said, people expect me to ask for money. I can get money. People send me checks all the time, and I really appreciate it. That's great. I need manpower, so volunteers is what we really need. The most dire need is in the kitchen right now for what we call the kitchen angels. The average age, they probably won't appreciate this. The average age of my kitchen angels is probably about 77.
Yeah.
So but they work hard. And you never know it. They'll outwork anybody else in there. But we need somebody.
So they're cooking, they're cleaning,
they're cooking, they're cleaning.
And about how many people do you serve usually?
Anywhere from 100 to about 100 on a really banging day. We have a great menu. We've had 150 in there.
Yeah, so you have a chef that kind of handles the planning of everything, or how is?
No, my chef's name is Judy.
Okay.
She was a career housewife, and she also works at one of the local Baptist churches. The minister will let her off on Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, and she'll come in and she'll prepare that whole meal. It's
Really?
between her and another young lady by the name of Janice, and we have they have another young man back there. They all get together. Gary Urban. They're all in there together, and three of them will prepare a meal for about 150. And then we have Gloria that comes in. Gloria does all of our desserts for us. She'll do a banana pudding. If she doesn't do a banana pudding, we have a small riot out there because they want Gloria's banana pudding.
They're wanting her banana pudding.
And then we have a dedicated service staff. They come in and they want to serve. That's what they wanted. They love it because they get the one-on-one with the veterans. They get a chance to talk to them as they come through, see how you're doing, quick conversation as they come down the line. So it's a lot of fun. But I need people in the kitchen. I need somebody who likes to cook, who's creative, and because sometimes we'll get, Caritas will give us 70 pounds of chicken. So we got to figure out what we're going to do with 70 pounds of chicken.
How are we going to cook this? How much chicken spaghetti can we make with this?
Exactly, and that's our main course. So we
sounds good to me.
It got to be a little creative trying to come up with meals. So we came up with 6 standard meals that we know everybody loves. We did a little survey, 6 standard meals that everybody loves. One of which is the roasted chicken from a grocery store we have in Robinson, which they love. So we order that up, and we order enough for about 125, 130, and it goes like wildfire. So that's great.
Yeah.
But everything else we prepare in the kitchen. Tusa's is another big supporter of us, so we get a lot of meats from them. But everything else comes from either Sam's or HEB.
Right, and so you have folks they're bringing the foodstuffs in, but it's got to be prepared and then served. I remember before I retired from Channel 25, we did live shots from there. It was around Thanksgiving. I think it was a big Thanksgiving lunch.
Right.
Man, there were people everywhere. It was so much. You had tents set up, and we were serving, and it was wonderful fun.
Yeah, that's outgrown the facility, so we do it at Lee Lockwood now.
Yeah.
We're planning for that. It's the 20th of November this year.
Okay.
We'll serve from 11 to 2. And the banners will start to come out, or the flyers will start to come out here probably next week. So we want to get as many people in. We'll have enough for about 300, 350, but they know how to stretch food, so they can probably stretch it to 400. And we have
that is a lot bigger than when I was involved.
Oh, it is. And the Altrusa team are here. They do all of our desserts for us, and they're just delicious. And how those ladies create so many different desserts at one time. All we got to do is tell them what we want, and they create it all. It's great.
And they get to bake it in the kitchen.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I'm sure you have some great stories, though, of veterans that you've been able to help that have come in, maybe at their last hope,
Yeah, and one of the great programs we're working on right now is a partnership between the city, the VA at the Doris Miller Center, and some volunteers and investors. They created the Pathway Apartments. So there are 3 historic buildings on I think it's the west side of the VA campus. They turned those over to the city. The investors renovated them. We're getting ready to open up the first 8 of 32 single room apartments, 1 bedroom apartments. They're great. Matter of fact, that's why I was a little late coming here. So we were over there kind of putting everything together. We're hanging shower curtains. We're putting in dishes. So it'll be a move-in ready type of apartment.
I had no idea that was what was happening over there.
So it's 32. Just for homeless vets. We have our first 3 that have been approved. One guy, I won't give his name, but he's been living outside for the last 12 years. He enjoyed it. But after his 4th stroke, he said, well, maybe I need to move inside.
Well, their health, we're just not designed to live that hard a life.
It is. He enjoyed it, though. But once we convinced him that he wasn't giving up his independence, that you still be independent, you just live inside with heat and air conditioning now. So, and when he saw it, he fell in love with it.
Oh,
so,
I'm so glad.
And so it'll be 31 others will get the same treatment in there. It's a program called HUD-VASH, gives them vouchers, and the rent is set on how much money they have coming in. So it's not unaffordable.
It's a sliding scale.
Sliding scale. It's not
Right.
unaffordable for them, and it doesn't break them. So we will provide counseling services over there. So we'll have behavioral health and substance abuse counselors in the building as well. So it'll be an all-around service for them.
And of course, it's a beautiful campus
It
right
is, it
there
is.
on New Road. It's beautiful.
And if you have a chance to just drive by, they did a wonderful job. The contractor did a wonderful job
I
on
am
the buildings.
so glad,
It's gorgeous.
because I know, at one point they were just going to shut the whole thing down. They were just going to be sitting there empty. And so now, what a great purpose.
Right. And I think the other two buildings will be ready early to mid-fall. So we can start populating the buildings.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that news as well. So if somebody's interested in maybe doing a banner,
Right. They can drop by the One Stop again at 2010 LaSalle. They can stop by, and we'll have a stack of them at the desk. They can come in and pick them up. Or if they happen to see me or one of the other members out, we do outreach all the time. You'll see a table. I try to advertise. We have Veterans One Stop plaster or everything. I'll always have a stack there as well. And I try to keep them in my truck. So if you see me on the street with my Veterans One Stop shirt, stop me. I probably run back to the truck and get you one as well.
okay, good. And then those banners are going to go up Veterans Day weekend.
Probably a couple of days before Veterans Day. We'll get them in, and they'll go up. And if nothing else, you can stroll down the street. If you know you have a relative out there, please go down, take pictures next
Take
to
pictures,
it. It's
yeah.
great. We'll be doing the same thing. I got one for my father-in-law last year. He passed away just after it came in, so he did get a chance to
He
see
saw
it.
it?
He got a chance
Oh.
to see it, so it was great. So now it's a memory thing for us as well.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Elmer. All the work that you're doing for our veterans, and certainly for your service to our nation.
Yeah.
Again, I thank you and appreciate everything. And so folks can get to Veterans One Stop. It's right there on LaSalle.
Right.
Do you have like a website or
We
something?
do have a website, and matter of fact, there's a link on there. You can click on it and send me a message. It comes directly to me. If you have a question just about the times, or if you have a specific need, lay it out in there, and I respond to all of them within about 24 hours. As soon as they pop up, I've got one on my phone now. I've got to answer. I'll answer up, and I'll tell you when and where you can come into. Or if it's not us, I'll tell you which community partner can help you out.
And new support groups starting up, and
Right,
a
they'll
lot of
start-
things happening.
Exactly.
Available there for our veterans.
Exactly. Come by on Thursday, have lunch, and then see what we're all about. If you want to, we'll give you a tour of the building and talk through. So it's everybody there. They're there primarily for a reason to give back to the community that did so much for us. So that's the main reason why I'm there. I want to give back to the community that I love.
Thank you. Appreciate you so much. Thanks, Elmer. And stay with us. There's more of the show ahead.
When you view the glass half full, the little things become magical. Like kicking back and sharing laughs, spread good vibes, and they'll come back. Celebrate what you love with what you wear, even if what you love is kind of weird. Life is good in super soft tees that spark smiles and connectivity. 10% of profits go to help kids heal. So choose optimism and make the magic real. Visit lifeisgood.com.
Elizabeth Riley has your Act Locally news coming right up on the Ann Harder Show.
Escape into fitness with the Schwinn IC4 bike, providing a premium, heart-pumping indoor cycling experience that combines digital connectivity with superior Schwinn quality. The IC4's smooth, quiet ride features magnetic resistance with 100 micro-adjustable resistance levels. Escape the everyday with the Schwinn IC4 bike, your ticket to a life well lived.
I wanted to share a secret. I travel internationally every year. I struggle with insomnia both at home and especially in hotels. When I saw something called Fly Kit, what it promotes is there are herbal supplements to take that help you get your circadian rhythm reset into a new time zone. This was life-changing. It's called Fly Kit. I got 2 programs of it. My favorite aspect of the Fly Kit is it tells you when to sleep.
So all you have to do is tap your Popple to the back of someone's phone, like that, and they instantly get your social media and contact info right on the screen. They don't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. With our feature called Popple Direct, you can pop one of your links directly. I turned Direct on for Instagram, Now when I pop someone's phone, it opens directly to my Instagram. So get your Popple today and start impressing everyone you meet. Make it pop.
Today is the big day for our graduates at McLennan Community College. You did it! Take a breather, celebrate the moment, and be proud of yourself. We at Act Locally Waco are so excited to see your future successes. Congratulations, graduates! Also, if you didn't know, Baylor is bringing back shiny gold helmets for football season. The chrome gold was around from 2013 to 2017 until it was taken away for the redesigning of uniforms. Finally, Texas Sports Hall of Fame is hosting the Lone Star Luncheon tomorrow with Texas Longhorns coach Mack Brown and quarterback Vince Young to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the 2005 National Championship. General admission for this event has sold out, but keep an eye out for those icons around town. I'm Elizabeth Riley with Act Locally Waco, and I will see you next time.
I was just a lonesome stranger with a cold and icy past. After a winter filled with danger, oh, the spring was coming fast. I could see her from a distance. She had confidence and charm. Although I knew her circumstance, her heart was true and warm. The fisted hand of fate had dealt us each a painful blow. How I ever got a date, heaven only knows. The spring became the summer, and our love grew so intense. We shared so many good times that our summer never ends. Now the seasons, they may change, each one different from the other, but we'll always remain right here, living in our endless summer. Now your summers may turn into fall. The winter winds will howl in plunder. In spring the earth is new again, just trying to recover. But we hardly even notice them. Oh, 'cause we'll always remember the way our true love first began, back there in that endless summer. Now the seasons, they may change, each one different from the other, but we'll always remain right here, living in our endless summer. Yes, the seasons, they may change, each one different from the other, but we'll always remain right here, living in our endless summer. Oh, my heart is still aflame, my dear, living in our endless summer. and every day's a sunny day right here. Living in our endless summer.
It takes 3 months for you to learn how to be a Marine, to learn to walk, talk, eat, and sleep like a Marine, and they don't give you any time when you get out to learn how to be a civilian again. So this place these people have been out for a while, and you get help learning how to take your military skills and write like a job resume or apply for school. It takes the military lingo and they turn it into civilian jargon.
Really the idea for the Veterans One Stop began in 2012. During the scale back from Iraq, our community leaders saw a need to come forward and to help our veterans. Our local mental health authority is MHMR, and MHMR had a building over on Austin Avenue that they were so generous to say, look, we have this building, why don't we provide that? Our veteran service officer had a backlog of many veterans who were needing help. So the county stepped up and said, look, we want to be a part of that. And they came over. The Texas Veterans Commission had a grant that they could put someone who could help with employment in one location. In addition to that, our many veteran service organizations were looking for places to come together to give everything from a Vietnam vet to an Iraqi vet the opportunity to get help. So therefore the name One Stop kind of came to be. In 2015, I joined the team. We had an opportunity to get a much larger facility. We were busting at the seams on Austin Avenue. And so MHMR again stepped up, got this wonderful building, which I think that people said we would never fill up. And quickly, that's exactly what we did. People began to come forward and say, we want to be a part of this. So here at this Veterans One Stop, we have all the things that we did at the old one, in the sense that we still have our veteran service officer, we still have our employment specialist that's provided through TVC, and of course MHMR provides counselors here.
This place has grown a lot from its beginning, and it's got, I mean, the employment aspect of it helped me out. I got a job with the county just off of coming by here, and then helping me take my military experience and kind of turn it into a practical civilian, real-world experience.
In addition to that, we needed a kitchen. And so we approached Lowe's, and Lowe's generously gave us a wonderful kitchen here where we serve meals. We do that every Wednesday. We provide both breakfast and lunch, and last week we served over 170 people a meal. We have a chapel, because it's not enough to just look at the psychological and the physical needs of someone, but you also need to look at the spiritual. So we have a chapel where we've even had weddings for veterans. We have teamed with Rebath, and we're going to open a laundry and shower facility. We are getting ready to partner with another group here in this state that we're going to actually have a gym here at the One Stop. So people can come in, they can work out, they can get breakfast, and then they can take a shower.
I think of this place as like a kind of a cross between a rec center and a VFW post. And that being said, it's got entertainment and it's got access to kind of fun events, plus all the help from guys who did 4 years in Vietnam or 20 years and just got out, kind of a social networking type thing. It's not just 20-year vets sitting around smoking cigarettes and drinking and talking about how awesome they were in the military. It's a range of people, you know, Navy, Air Force, Army, Marine Corps vets from all different eras and conflicts. So you being a Navy person or an Air Force person or Marine can come here and you can get the same kind of help as anybody else would.
It helped me with the camaraderie with the guys. You know what I mean? Because only guys know what's going on with the other guys. Veterans only know what veterans go through. So it's nice to talk to them and camaraderie with them. And they got breakfast and dinner. They got practice, they got games.
I think every day at the One Stop, I feel like when I leave here, I did something that made a difference. I mean, I came from the corporate world, and there's a lot of benefits in the corporate world, but when I look at where do I want to be at the end of my career, I want to know that perhaps I was a part of something, something that we left a mark, that we really changed lives.
There's a computer lab here, there's a printer, there's a fax machine, and I lived in the barracks for 4 years, and I got out of the Marine Corps and didn't have anything. Everything I owned fit in 2 sea bags and a main pack. I came home, and so when I was applying for jobs, I couldn't print out an application, I couldn't fax a resume, I couldn't do anything like that. This place helps you on that initial bit, and you can get an apartment, and then you can start building your life back again.
Many veterans oftentimes won't come and ask for help, but they are the first in line to help their brother and sister. And so on the back of our t-shirts we say, "Thank you for your service, we still need you." And many studies have showed that a way to integrate back into the community after being a part of a war is to get back to that community.
I didn't realize that there were so many people that were going through the same thing that I was going through. I didn't realize so many people got the same problem I'm going through. That was, I said, wow, man. That's something else. You know what I mean? Not that I was glorifying it, but it's just amazing how we always going through the same thing, didn't realize it. And then we started talking about it among each other and got a clear understanding. Oh, okay. So we got one another. I like meeting veterans. That's why I wear my cap, to meet other veterans. And what's so funny about it, like in Walmart, I ran up to this guy. We started talking about 5 minutes. And we were just talking, Army talk. And as I was getting ready to leave, I heard his wife say, "Do you know this guy?" And he said, "No, but he's my brother." Left like that. Although we didn't know one another. So that's how we are.
How does that make you feel when you see something like that, and to know that you're not alone in terms of experiencing things like that? How does that make you feel?
Awesome.
Deer Valley, where innovative comfort and stylish design meet. Bathroom solutions, smart toilets, kitchen solutions. Deer Valley. Stylish living, savvy savings.
Thanks for being with us. Join me tomorrow when we meet Salado artist Kay Griffith and learn about abstract expressionism. You have a great day.